Hi friends, as I said in the previous section, I said that what is Eclipse? Eclipse is an integrated development environment. Integrated development environment is a feature which contains the source code editor, build, automation feature, and debugging feature. As the integrated development environment of the Eclipse contains all these features, we will call Eclipse as a source IDE and editors which supports the Selenium or CK editor, NetBeans, Eclipse, Notepad, Notepad++, etc. And you may confused about how Notepad can become the source code editor and debugging feature and automation feature. So Notepad is a pad which can be converted to any of the file by giving the extension like text.java. If we give the .java extension, then that file is going to convert into Java file. As the notepad, whatever the text which we wrote in the notepad, those notepad can be converted into any of the file, and we can import those file to our Eclipse, and we can work with that file. So no, even notepad can also become a editor for the Selenium. So we can see list of editors here: CK editor, NetBeans, Eclipse, Notepad, Notepad++, etc. And even though we are having a lot of editors, why we are using only Eclipse editor for our Selenium? This is a common question arises for each and every a person. Why? Because Eclipse contains the interpreter feature. What is meant by interpreter feature? Interpreter feature is a feature as soon as which compiles the line by line code. Example, if we write our code in one line, as after entering into the next line, it compiles the previous code, whatever the line which we have written, and we can see the any runtime errors or we can see any compile time errors. It doesn't show runtime errors. It will only show the compile time errors of syntax errors, syntax errors. Example, in our previous code, if we write any syntax wrong, then as soon as we enter in the next code, we can see the syntax code error in the previous section. Now let's go and install how we can see how we can install the Eclipse. In order to install the Eclipse, we need to go to the URL www.eclipse.org. And as after going to eclipse.org, we can see the download button here, and after clicking on the download button, see we are seeing the latest version of Eclipse here. The latest version of Eclipse is Oxygen. How we can see the latest version of Eclipse? See, if we see the history of Eclipse, we can see the latest version of Eclipse is the Oxygen, which is released on 28 June 2017, and the present running version is 4.7. And why this Eclipse is introduced? You might have questioned why this Eclipse has introduced. What is the main use of this Eclipse? Eclipse overcome the defect of Visual Edge products. So what is the defect of Visual Edge products? Visual Edge product is a product which where like our Eclipse, we used to write our source code and we used to save in our class files. But after saving in class files, when it transported to some other operating system, it is very highly difficult for the user to extract the class files data and to use that class files. In order to avoid this Visual Edge product, they introduced the Eclipse, and this Visual Edge product is used to transfer the data in the form of .dat file format. So they compile, they build all the class files into they build into one path, and that build is the package is in the form of .dat. What I'm saying means they build all the class files into one package and the one zip file, and that zip file is transferred in the form of .dat format. As it is transferred into .dat format, it's highly impossible for the user to extract the same class files what they have written the source code, and they use the same source code. So in order to overcome this defect, they introduced the Eclipse. Eclipse also contains the classes where the class files can be converted, can be zipped together into a jar files or war files, and we can easily transport these jar files and war files into any of the operating system, and we can extract our source code any of the operating system easily. There is no much difficulty to extract the source code where our source code is written in our class files. And as we see, the Eclipse is introduced in 21st January 2004. In 21st January 2004, it is released to the market, and from day by day, as the users are increasing, and they were deploying, they were fixing the existing bugs in the Eclipse, and they were introducing the new features in the Eclipse, and the present they will release the version of Oxygen, and it is released recently in 28 June 2017 with the version of 4.7, and they were planned to release the next version of Eclipse on 28 June 2018, and it is a version of 4.8. So now we have came into here. This is the latest version of Oxygen. We can always see the latest version of Eclipse here, and just we can go ahead with download. Just we click on download so that the Eclipse is going to be download, and just open the download. Just open the Eclipse. We can see, as soon as the Eclipse is open, we can see the workspace here where our Eclipse is going to be stored. Here we will give the path of the Eclipse where our Eclipse needs to be stored, and if we check this checkbox, then whenever we launch, it won't show this dialog box. It directly launches the application. If we don't check this checkbox, whenever we open the Eclipse, it always shows this pop-up, and always ask about always shows this pop-up, and with the same way workspace Eclipse with the OK and cancel button. After clicking on OK button, we can see the Eclipse is launching, and here is the default launching Eclipse. As soon as we launch the Eclipse, we can see the Java underscore Eclipse JDK. This is one of the perspective in the Eclipse. What is meant by perspective? Perspective is basically contains one editor and one or more views. So only one perspective can be active at a time, and we can open a lot of perspectives, but a lot of perspectives can't be active at a time. Only one perspective can be open at a time. Here the perspective is Java Eclipse. Java-Eclipse is the perspective, and in this perspective we can see the package explorer view and the declaration view, Java doc view, and problems view, and here also one view. So, and this is the center area is called the Eclipse editor. In this Eclipse editor, we can write our source code and we can edit our source code. So as it is given the editor feature, we can say the Eclipse is one of the editor, Eclipse editor. So Eclipse editor is followed by list of views. Now we can also see a list of views here. In our previous section, we learned about how to create a Java project. A Java project can be created by using file new Java project, or Java project can also be created using file new project, and here selecting the Java option. Java project, and then clicking on Java project, we can see the same Java project. As I'm showing once again, file new Java project. From here also we can create the Java project. Why they given Java project separately means, as most of the Java project people can be directly use the Java project in order to create the Java project. Here I am creating the sample Java project. I'm giving the name of sample Java project. See, if you see under the description here, create a Java project in a workspace or in external location. We can create this Java project in either in created workspace or in an external location. The created workspace is in c:/Eclipse explanation. This is our created workspace. Under this created workspace only I can create this sample Java project, or if I don't want to create, if I want to create externally, I can uncheck this checkbox and I can give my user defined path by selecting the browsing button and selecting any of these location. Okay, so that the specific folder is going to create for that particular project. Okay, and here I can use the, if I use this, then we can see all these are in disabled state. So I click on enable. So that's a specific JRE project is can be seen here. Here I would like to create sample JARI project. If we click on next button, we can see the source projects, libraries, and order and export. This source path contains the specific sample JARI project contains one source folder. So this is where our source folder is contains, and project, if you click on projects under this, we can see create a new source folder. It is also one of the link. Use this create new source folder is use this if you want to add a new source folder to your project. If you would like to add new source folder to your existing project, then you can use this source folder, and you can give any of these file name, so that one more source folder is going to add for your existing project. And link additional sources, a link additional sources is used if you have a folder in the file system that should be used in additional source folders. If there is a link additional sources of project sample Java project, here we created sample Java project. If we want to create link this with any of the existing sample projects, then we can use this. Actually there is no sample projects, but still we are making this link plugins. Okay, click on finish. Here plugins is added. Okay. Okay, now we'll see on the next projects, the required projects on the build path, the project which we are using, and whatever the projects which we want to build into a one path, then we can use this required project on the build path. Whatever the projects which we want to have add it into a build path, we can add all those projects into here, and we can choose those projects, and then we can make a build. And these are the libraries where we'll use for those projects. So whatever the projects which are associated here, if we want to use those libraries, we can see the list of libraries here, so that the list of libraries can be used for the all common projects. And whatever the export and order and export tab which we are seeing, and here the build class path order and exported entries area, here I can see all the Java projects, whatever the Java project which I would like to export into jar or war files, and then I can make it into a build. So and here also I can arrange the order by giving up and down arrow buttons, top and bottom arrow buttons, select all and deselect all, so that whatever the options which I have created, whatever the projects which I am creating, these projects can be used to make a build. And I can import these projects into anywhere. Now let's go ahead and see with what are the different projects which we can see in the project wizard. So here we can see the project wizard. Project wizard contains the list of projects. One is Java project which we have seen just now, and Java project from existing and build. If we see this Java project for existing and build, we can give the user different project name. Project name in any of the project, we can give user different project name, and giving the project name as Java same. Java PROJE Java project from and build file. But I can give the Java project name, but without inserting the and build files, I can't able to create a Java file. So in order to create a Java project from an and build file, we should have the and build files which can be downloaded and which can be inserted here, and then only we can see the finish button highlighted. Then we can create the Java project and file. So what is meant for Java project for and? Basically, in order to build our Java application, we used to have a we used to create a and is mainly used for building the Java projects. And is mainly used for building not only the Java projects. In order to build the projects, we use the and is one of the build tool where we can use to build our project into build our project and we can deploy our build into the staging environment or development environment or any of the environment. So even if we see our previous projects, some of the existing projects which are maintenance project which are maintaining from the long back, like 20 years, 15 years, then we can see still those people may use the ant build file for building their projects. In order to build their projects, they use these projects, they create these projects. And now let's learn about plugin projects. Plugin projects means in our like Eclipse, we can also install some other plugins and to use some other. We can also install some other plugins in our Eclipse and we use those plugins for writing our programs. Example, if I would like to work with C language, then I can use the plugin of C language and I can install the plugin of C language in Eclipse and I can write the C code. And if I would like to work with C++, we can use we can install the plugin of C++ and we can use C. Not only the C++, we can see the uh, list of list of supporting Eclipse supporting languages. The list of Eclipse supporting languages of are Ada, ABAP, C, C++, C Sharp, COBOL, D, Fortran, Haskell, JavaScript, Julia, Lassa, Lua, Natural, Perl, PHP, Prolog, Python, Ruby, Rust, Scala, Clojure, Groovy, Scheme, and Enlarge using external plugins. All the supporting languages can be used in our Eclipse by external plugins. So we can add for those circumstances, if we would like to work with any of those listed programs, then we can use Java project. We can install those plugins in our Eclipse and we can use those programs. Example, here I'm giving the project name as plugin. I'm giving the same name, plugin project, and I'm creating one. I'm clicking on next button. On clicking on next button, I can see the contents and the project name contain characters which are not legal for the ID. They can be converted into underscore. As I given the space under the project name, as project is avoided, the spaces are avoided for creation of the project. The spaces can be converted into underscore for each of the spaces. Okay, so my name is plugin underscore project and I can create the, and see in this version the ID is mandatory and version is 1.0.0 qualifier I'm using, and the name I given is plugin underscore project, and this is the vendor where our source code can be, where our plugins can be transferred into Eclipse. And execution environment, which environment I would like to work. I can choose any of this environment, which environment I would like to work, and these are the options. In this option section, we can see the generate and activator, a Java class that controls the plugins life cycle. Activator is plugin project dot activator. By default, whatever the name which we have given, those name can be after that name we can see dot activator, so that this plugin can be activated and we can use these plugins in our current project. And this plugin is this checkbox. This plugin will make contributions to the UI. If we would like to make these plugins to the contributions to the UI, then we can choose this checkbox. Example, in a UI part, whatever there, if we want to write some backend logic in this project, then we can choose this checkbox and we can create one project and we can write our test cases in that project, so that the backend code of the UI can be used. And enable API analysis. This checkbox is used when we need to work with API analysis. Then we can check this checkbox and we can use this backend API analysis. And rich client application. Would you like to create a rich client application? There are yes and no options. If there is no option, then we can see the finish button here itself, because since we can create this project here itself. If we create yes option, then we need to click on another next button, and there we need to choose any of the available templates which we would like to generate fully functioning plugins. Here we can see the function finish button is enabled, so that if we click on the finish button, it will show one dialog box. This kind of project is associated with a plugin development perspective. This perspective is designed to support efficient development and integration of plugin projects. It adds the plugins and other log views which are particularly useful. Do you want to open this perspective now? So as I said, the perspective contains one editor and one or more views. If we click on the S button, then we can see the perspective here. So this is the perspective. It contains this perspective. So if I click here, if I would like to see the project explorer, click on open perspective and click on Java. So this is Java default. So I can see the default perspective here. So here the default perspective contains, default Java perspective contains one editor, one or more views. So here I can see one editor. In that editor, here I can see these are the editor area. Here I can see editor, and here I can see the views. After closing that icon, we can work in this editor area. Whatever the code which we would like to work for that plugins, we can see here. And these plugins can be listed here, plugin folder which I have created here, and it is basically supported with the JRE system library, which is an inbuilt Java library. And these are the plugins which I have extracted, which I have inserted, and these plugins contain some of the jar files, and each jar file is a combination of one or more class files, dot class files. So it is contain the one or more files, and all this contains not only the class files, it's a combination of any of the files. So any of the files can be converted into a jar file, and these jar files we can see here. README contains these files, and about HTML contains it. So like this we can see list of things in our Eclipse itself. So in our editor only we can see the list of things. So we have installed the plugin project. So plugin project, once again I'm reviewing. Plugin project is mainly used to install some plugins to plugins and to work with our existing other languages like C, C++, Java, C Sharp, not Java, C Sharp, Python, Ruby, and some other languages. If you would like to work with these languages which I have listed here, if you would like to work with these languages, then we need to install those plugins to our Eclipse, and we can work on that particular language. Now we'll go ahead and see with some more projects. And till now we have seen about Java project which can be directly created, and project Java project from existing and build project, where we have seen the and project. In order to create the and build project, we need to insert some and files, and plugin project is just now created. Now we'll go ahead and create with normal project, and this normal project is directly created. There is no specific things which need to create, and directly we can give the general. I'm giving the name as general project. This general project can be created directly. See, after clicking on next button, we can see the general project is created directly. And if you observe this, in this general project also contains the next button. Example, a project. After clicking on next button, I can see I'm giving another general project, general project. It is a small letter and it is capital letter. Okay, if we click on after this, here we can see the working set, adding projects to working set. If we would like to add more projects to our working set, then we can check this checkbox, and we can add more projects by giving the path of where it is contained. Example, our general project I need to insert. Here I am selecting the general project. I am selecting select all. Okay, I'm selecting the select all. I'm selecting the name must be empty. The name should not be empty. Now I'm giving the general. General is my name. I click on finish button. Here general is inserted. Select, so I need to work with general. I need to check with this checkbox and then I need to click. Here general is inserted. So with this project, the one more project is going to work. Add project to working set. What is the other project is I need to add. I would like to add general. So general project is added. So I selected this and I click on finish button. Not finish button. Just we'll go ahead and see one more option that says general. Next, if I want to work with a general project, a plugin project or sample Java project, I can choose any of these. Then I can click on an underlying file system is a case sensitive. There is an existing project or directory that contains the general project. So as it contains the general project, it's saying that one dialog box, it contains already the general project. Okay, so I can create directly the general project. Okay, it is not selecting. Okay, generally I can give my own name. So here general project is created. So only on rare occasions we would like to add these projects. So those projects can be added and these can be seen in our general project. As general project contains no other folders, we can see there is no bullet icon after before this project. Now we'll go ahead and continue with continue with creation of some more projects. Here we are going to see the projects of CSV. In order to work with CSV, we need to choose the CSV projects. Here we should have the define a location and protocol required to connect with an existing CSV repository. So we need to have what is the host where we need to connect our CSV and what is the repository path where we need to give our path and we need to give our authentication details like username and password. Then we need to choose our server connection type, what type of server we need to click, and we need to use our use export, use default port or use port, what type of port we need to use, and save our password or we may not save our password. After giving all these details, so then we can click on finish button so that CSV part is created. So CSV project, if our project is contained in our centralized location, and in order to access those centralized location project, and we would like to create one project in that centralized location and we would like to work with that centralized project, then we choose this type of project location by using CSV and we can create one project. For that we need to have mandatorily username, password, authentication details and the project location. Now we'll go ahead and create with some more projects as we have seen plugin project. Again, in plugin development window, we can see future path, and in this future path, if I created the future path, we can create the future path, FEATUR, future path. I'm giving the name of my project as future path, whatever the name which I have given the future path. After future, I have seen the gap, so this gap can be filled by using the underscore. So here also I can give the I should give the vendor path and I should give the install library path. So after giving this only I can install this. Else we can give our any of the path, then any of the future ID and any of the future name and any of the future version ID. Then I can go ahead and create with the future path. And after creating the future path, I can see the future path is listed here. Then I can see here again my Windows prospect is over, so I need to click on show view. Now here I need to click on Project Explorer. So again I can see the Project Explorer. So if any of the view is disappeared or it can be hidden, then we can click by using the Show View and hidden for that Project Explorer for that view, so that our particular view can be displayed. So similarly, now we'll go ahead and create with some more projects. File, new, and here we can see the list of other projects. So whatever which I have used, those projects can be coming outside of the menu. So now I would like to create future project. Now future project, I am giving the same name as future project. future project. Here also I can see the space is filled with the underscore, and here and here if I would like to use any of these initialize from the plugins list. If I would like to use any of these plugins, then I can check any of these plugins I can use in our current project. Or if I don't want to use, then directly I can choose some one more option, initialize from launch configuration itself. Eclipse launching configuration itself I can choose, and I can install it. Either selecting of any of these checkbox, we can see the finish button, so that a feature by the same name already exists on the disk. Would you like to overwrite? Yes, a resource. So the future can be overwritten here, and it can be a future path, so it can be seen. So in order to have a clear idea, I'm creating one more time the future path, future project. The future project I'm giving now, I'm giving the name of future project, future space project. And after having future space project, I'm creating directly the future space project is not listed here. Okay, the future project, the future project is created. So you can see the future project is created, and you can see the list of build.properties file is created, and future.xml file is created. Now we'll go now if we would like to work with those projects, we can close that window, and after double clicking on the particular project, we can see what particular file, whatever we would like to work, then we can go ahead and work with our project. Now we'll see the some more projects. So see a Java project from existing Ant build which we have used, a plugin project, future project which we have used. So all these projects which we have used in our Eclipse, those projects can be seen outside. Now we'll go ahead and see some more project, fragment project. Now we'll create the fragment project for AGMENT, fragment project. And create a fragment project, we can use the default file location as similar to the gender project, and we can also use the create a Java project using the source folder and bin project, and in target platform section we can use the 3.5 or greater Eclipse and OSGI workspace. And if you would like to add more projects, we can check this checkbox and add checkbox, and or else we can directly go ahead and create a new project. And here also we should install at least some plugins, or else this project can't be created. So we can directly install by using the browser button, active minimum outside button, environment which we would like to choose. And here, as there is no other plugins are listed here, we can't create this plugin as of now, so we can't create this fragment project. But where this fragment project is used means, if we would like to work with some of the plugins, host plugins, where host plugin is inside. What is meant by host? The plugins which are already inside our host location, those called host plugins. And those host plugins, if you would like to work with those host plugins, we need to install those host plugins here by using the browse buttons, by selecting any of the plugins. By selecting any of the plugins, a plugin project is there, and then I select the plugin project, and its minimum version is 1.0.0, and then I can go ahead and create one of the plugin. What is fragment project? I created fragment project here, so I can see the fragment project here. Fragment project, in the fragment project also contains the JRE Java system library files, and these are the plugin dependencies files which I have imported by using browsing button. And these are here the SRC folder and META meta INF folder, and it contains the build properties file. So we can go ahead and create the fragment properties. Now similarly we can go ahead and create one more project. So what are the other project which is available is plugin from existing jar args. So if we see the plugin from existing jars, if we would like to work with existing jars, then we can install that jars and we can go ahead and work with the jar files by creating a project and working under it. So basically any jars can be created with a set of class files, or any set of files can be collected together and make a jar. And if we would like to work with any of the jar, we can use those jar files by clicking on add files. If it contains the jars, then it can be selected here, or if it contains from external location, then those jar files can be added by using the external add external button and then clicking on next button. Then we can see plugins in project properties. Enter the data required to generate a plugin. Here we can give our plugin a own name. As of now, in order to see the differences, I'm giving the same name, plugin project. I'm giving the same name. So in order to work with any of the plugins or jars, then we can use this plugin project and we can work with those plugin project. And in plugin project properties section contains the plugin, whatever the plugin which I have installed, plugin underscore project is the name which I have given to this particular project, plugin ID, and plugin version is 1.0.0. This is by default version which has came. And plugin name is the plugin underscore project which I am giving by default. See here, the plugin ID started with the same name, but plugin project name started with the capital P. So capital P is a naming convention which by default the Eclipse is editor is following, and a plugin vendor is the vendor where from where these plugins can be collected. It can be written as per our user defined. If I have workspace, in our workspace or in our where our vendor location is created, in order to see other users, if some other user open these properties vendor, then he can see, oh, these plugins are located in the workspace location. So in order to see where these plugins are available, I can use uh, this. Okay. So now analyze the library contents and add dependencies. And in order to analyze what are the in order to analyze the library contents and add dependencies, we can use this checkbox. If we check this checkbox, we can see it means that we are using our analyze library contains the add dependencies, and this can be chosen from any of the environment, which environment which we would like to work. Like those environments we can add here, and the target platform is the Eclipse version. Eclipse version is 3.5 or higher. Eclipse version always we would prefer to have highest version of Eclipse so that the remaining features can be covered. And the plugin is targeted to run with an OSGI framework. It is Equibox or standard. If we would like to work with standard platform, then we can choose the standard format, or if we would like to work with Equinox, then we choose the Equinox option here. And anything is fine. Eclipse version, as we don't know our Eclipse will deal with any of the projects, so preferably we will work with Eclipse version 3.5 or make and unzip the jar archives into the project. If we would like to unzip those jar files and we would like to work, then we check this checkbox. Or if we don't want to check, if we don't want to unzip the jars, then we would like to work, then we uncheck this checkbox. By default, it is check this checkbox is checked because whatever the jar files which we have imported, those jar files now need to be unzip those jar files, and we need to work with the jar files and update references to the jar files. If we done any of the modifications in this jar files and again we make a build, then those updated references can be reflected to these jar files. And add projects for a general sets, here also we can add the existing projects, or we can add the remaining projects by using selecting buttons. And here I'm also using plugin project and I'm creating the project. Here see, the plugin project is created with all the list of all the list of projects. These are org.apache.com, and it is one of the package. This is one of the package. All these list of packages can be created by using one of the project. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and create one more project. File, new project. And in this file new project, I'm going to work with plugin projects. It is purely used from if I would like to work with C language, then I would like to install the plugins of C. So here, in order to install the plugins of C, here you can use the plugins of C, and here you can see C activator, and here you can use the project, and here you can see. Okay, the C is already installed. It is saying that. Okay. I will create one more time for your understanding why it is not created, because the project this is already created. I think I already showed this plugin project. Okay, I'm creating one more time. I'm taking C sharp. Okay, now you can see the difference. C sharp. I'm adding C sharp. Vendor is workspace. From my workspace, I would like to take all this, and I'm choosing the environment of JRE 1.0. Okay, and I'm using this next button. I'm choosing some of the template, and I'm creating this RCP product, and I'm creating this. So C sharp folder is created. This means I can use the C sharp plugins, and I can install the plugins of my project, and I can go ahead and work with our project. Like this, whatever the project which we would like to work, we can see here, because the naming conventions of the project itself gives is the meaning of what type of project which we would like to work. And last one is update side project. Update side project is also the project. If we would like, if our project is on already market, if our project is in market state, means it's already our project is released, and if there is any updates, then we can go ahead and create this update project, and we can say whatever the updates which we have coming from time to time, we can do those updates by creating the update projects. And we can create an update project. See here, you can see the update project, and here site XML. Like this, we can see our projects, different types of projects, and we can see the remaining options in our later sections. Thank you, friends. Have a nice day.